Good morning, everyone. It's video time, or good afternoon. I'm not even sure. Maybe it's noon. I'm not sure. But I just want to get on and say I'm feeling so much better. And it is, I must have brought the sunshine back with me. Here's my shirt. But it's outside and it's like 80 degrees here. So thank God, thank God. I hope it's like this until I make my transformation to where I need to go. So anyway, I got up this morning and I've been getting up at like 2 o'clock in the morning. I don't know what's going on with me. But this morning I thought, let's do some meditation, some journaling that I haven't been doing for a few. I tried to get some stuff done doing this. Hold on. Doing this while I was on vacation, but when you're in the rooms with people and stuff like that, it's hard to do. So, a couple things came to me this morning and I wrote them down and I want to share them with you. So some things that came is I'm being called to be seen by the world. Well, that is so funny that came along because that's what I'm doing. I'm putting myself out there, telling people my beliefs, and it's their choice to believe it or not. But I'm actually have changed all of my beliefs. Not all of them, but most of them of what I used to believe. So I'm just putting them out there and letting people decide for themselves what they actually believe anymore. So while I was on vacation, I didn't have time to do as much as meditation and journaling as I love to do. And I did try to go in the bathroom sometimes to do it, but that's kind of hard. So anyway, I believe that I am getting these downloads. My ears are ringing. And people have told me, like, God has gave me messages. I believe that. And he's telling people to put out in the world what you believe. And stand up for yourself and keep your beliefs. Like what I said yesterday about religion. So some people believe that, some people don't. But stand up to your beliefs and what you believe. You will feel it into your heart, into your vibe. I know everybody has a vibe. So if you say, if you feel it, it'll tingle and be like, oh yeah, that resonates with me. I really like that. I believe that. And that's your vibe. We were taught not to listen to our vibe. Just go ahead and do it. Because we were taught as children just to do whatever our parents said regardless. And I understand that. That's respect your elders. But that shut our intuition down and we weren't able to listen to our own feelings and our own self. Because, if you're getting beat, like whooped, and they're saying stop crying, well, when you're getting whooped, I know I did, I wanted to cry. So, but then you're like, oh, but I'm going to whip you and you can't cry. I'm like, hello? Why are you whipping me then? Isn't that the point? But anyway, it has blocked our feelings as people, adults, children, all of it. So that came to me this morning, for people to put themselves out there and tell their beliefs and stick with whatever resonates to you. Another thing is surrender to the changes around you. So I know I've had a lot of things going on in my life. And every time I push something to happen, it's bad. It's like it never turns out. So I'm just going to allow it. Like, people are like, well, did you find a place yet? Did anybody call you yet? And I've called and I've made my effort. This is what we do. This is how I'm doing it. So I move forward and then God's got my back. I move forward and then God's got my back. So I do little small things and then God will come in and figure it all out. Because he says, ask, believe you'll get it, and then receive it. He doesn't say ask and then try to figure it out and go around, asking, everybody and all that. No, he said ask, believe, and receive. So that's our jobs. And we don't do it. I'm hard to that too. I don't want to do it either. I want to know everything and how's it going to happen, and we never know how it's going to happen. So I've got this download this morning to surrender. to whatever is around. The changes around you. Just surrender it. Just surrender it. Say, this is happening for a reason. Everything that goes on in our life, I'm sorry, I like talking with my hands, but everything that goes on in our life is for a reason, good or bad. When I first started meditating and asking for peace in my life fell apart. I mean, I started losing houses and jobs, and I lost a marriage after 26 years, and I was like, what the hell? But I've got peace. So when we ask for things and things happen, we just have to surrender and know that God has our best. And I'll tell you what, God has his best with all that. I do not have all that stuff, and it has brought peace in my life where I don't need to have attachments to all that stuff. You know, the attachments that we hold on to is holding us back. I actually went to Florida, and my girlfriend called me, and we went out for dinner, and I told her, I said, you know, I don't have this and I don't have that. And she said, and I have all that stuff, and I'm jealous of you because you can just go and do whatever you want, because I'm not attached to all these things, because I let them go. And then I looked at her and I said, I never thought about it like that. So I can get up and go, and I don't have to worry about, you know, closing the pool down or getting this down. Not that I don't want those things, I do. But then I had just had to look at it from the other perspective of some people would just like to travel. There's lots and lots of people that just like to travel and don't have attachments to a house. So if you wanted to get up, if I wanted to get up today and get in my car and leave, I can, because I don't have any attachments. I mean, I can get the stuff out of my room and then leave. But I used to have 3 houses. My children were all small. They're all grown now. I can put Izzy in the car and we can just travel the world. So, and at that point, I was saying at lunch or at dinner the night with my friend, and I didn't realize that I don't have an attachments to anything. I can just go and do whatever I wanted. But you have to surrender. You have to just surrender to people, places, and things. So that means you might lose people, you might lose houses, you might lose things. But they're all just things, and they all can be replaced. Now, I'm not talking about losing people as far as death, but I have lost some friends during my spiritual awakening. Their choice to not understand what I'm going through and choosing to leave. And then I have really great friends from my past that say, I don't understand what you're talking about all the time, but I still want to be your friend. So those are your true friends, right? And now I have new friends that absolutely know what I'm talking about, do the spiritual thing, and we can talk and have conversations for hours. So it's wonderful. But you have to surrender. You have to surrender some things in your life. You just have to. So that was another thing. And another thing, let me see what I wrote down. Surrender to your highest good. And that's, you know, I believe that we have to surrender. For me, I have to surrender and then surrender a little bit more. It's like I surrender and then I try to hold on to it again. Or I surrender and I try to hold on to it again. And finally, I'm just like, okay, this is not working out. It's not working out for me with me controlling it. So I just surrender it to you, God. And it's like, boom, it happens. Things fall in line. And I'm just like, why didn't I just let it go? And I'm like, we're all saying that because we're all human and we all want to take control of everything, right? So my best thing today for everyone, including myself, I need to hear this more than anything, is just to surrender what's going on. Because right now, my life is in between, it's almost like in between worlds. So, you know, I'm trying to transition to Florida, but I had to come back to Indiana because here's my stuff. And then I have to find a place still because the places I looked at, which I was only there for 7 days, but we actually was gone 11 days because we went and stayed in Tennessee. But so I have to transition all of that. I have to still look for a place, and then maybe have to go back down and look at it, or maybe get it before we go down. I don't even know. So because I've been confused about it, I'm just like, here, God, you show me the way. I surrender. I mean, in the bed this morning, I was like, surrender, surrender, surrender it all. Whatever happens, happens. Including if I don't go. That's how much I surrendered. If I don't go and you have me stay here, or you have me go to Hawaii or Alaska, I don't care. Just show me the way. So that is my big surrender today. I am just going to allow, I'm going to go with the flow. I'm going to do what I believe is the next right step. You know, I ask, you know, is this right step? If it feels good, I do it. And if that's to call about a house, or if it's to whatever it may be, to do that. Because that's what God wants us to do. He wants us to do little things to get where we think we need to go. But then he's going to come in and say, whew. Because if you've heard my story about going to Florida last time, I was making the steps to go. But the job that I received, I did not apply for. My resume was on Indeed. That's how they found me. But they found me. I ended up making double what I was applying for. I had so much money in the bank, I was like, I don't even know what to do with it. So I was like, and I didn't even have to pay any bills while I was there because I was caring for people. So that was like the most money I've ever made. And then I had all that money in the bank, and I was like, so that's this morning I was like, okay, I'm trying to make this stuff happen. If I let God make it happen, it's going to be twice as good, 10 times as good, 100 times as good. And that's for everyone. We just have to learn to let go. And we just don't. Some of us don't ever. I have people that I know they're crazy. You think God does this for you? Yes. Well, I don't. And that's their belief. But I do. I believe that he'll come in and do what's best for me, my family, and the surrounding people, for all of us, in a good way. I think he does all things for good. That's what he says, right? All things are possible. All things are good. If you step out of my way. So today I've surrendered, and I'm actually putting it on here. And if you see me not surrendering, tap on my Facebook and say hello. No, really. I'm surrendering. And whatever you're wanting today, or you're hoping for, or dreaming for, and you are trying to push for it, surrender it. I promise you. I promise you that if you just surrender it, it will come. Because when my Florida thing came, I actually was just working, and I forgot all about it. And one day it was like boom, boom, boom. And I was gone in like 4 days. So that's how it works. And I believe when God moves, he moves fast like this. Okay, let's do it right now. Let's get it done. So, but we have to surrender. And I keep saying that because I might have to say that 1,000 times. And you might too. So I'm going to do that. And if you want something, you guys, just surrender it. Because even what you want, God's going to make it better. God's going to make it better. I promise you. All right, you guys, that's all for today. I will be back on tomorrow, and who knows what we'll talk about. But I am going to commit to getting me back to my journaling, back to doing my affirmations, all that stuff. And I'm going to remind myself every day to surrender. All right, you guys, I love you so much. I've been so busy doing work, my outfits and stuff. I sell on eBay, so if you'd love to come over there and look at my stuff, I've got tons of stuff. It's actually selling like crazy, so I am so happy about that. All right, you guys, I love you so much. Bye.